guys, I'm Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books, because Peter likes books. Okay, so my last video went too long when I was trying to do this, so I'm gonna do it real quick and answer these questions. I'm doing a Newbie Tag. I actually found it on, I think her name's Melissa. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. She's at Reader on the Right. I watched all of her videos last night and I fell in love with her. I think she's phenomenal. I really, really like your videos, so it's videos like that that inspire me to want to do a booktube channel. So number one is, why did you start this channel? Well, I have watched booktube videos for years. I've been watching YouTube videos for years. I'm like obsessed with YouTube. I love it. I have some of my favorite followers, some old, some new. One of the things that was keeping me from not wanting to do this channel was that I felt like I was too old. I was like, you know, most YouTubers are like in their 20s, early 20s, college, straight out of it. And I thought, you know, am I too old to do this? And I thought, screw it. I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's why I started this channel. I love books, I love talking, and I love talking to people about books. So that's ultimately why I started this channel. So please, please like my videos and follow with me so that I have more things to say. Anyway. And number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, a couple people have already mentioned about my high energy level, which is no mystery to the people that know me because I'm constantly like, Anyway, so I do have a lot of energy. I get really, really excited talking about books, movies, music, anything that makes my life like better. That's such a cheesy word to use. Anything that makes my life more colorful, that's cheesy too. But anyway, I get very energetic about. And books are one of those things. I think I can bring that. I also think, somebody said this to me, I asked him, I said, do you think I'm too old to do a booktube video? This is a booktuber that I like. And he said, I don't know. He goes, I think maybe you might bring a different perspective. So maybe I'll bring a different perspective to this. Although my friend's daughter, who is 12, she and I read a lot of the same books. I know, right? And we have kind of the same opinions about the book. So I'm 43 and she's 12. I don't know what that says, but anyway. Number three, what are you most excited about about this new channel? Just starting it, actually, and meeting new booktubers. Like, I have watched so many Newbie Book Tags videos in the last 24 hours. And there's so many. What's this guy's name right here? I just watched his videos and I loved his videos. Sean and his books. So this is a shout out to Sean and his books and the Reader on the Right. I watched all of your videos in the last 24 hours and so many other booktubers. There are booktubers that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers that I've watched for years and I love. I can't think of that one girl, blonde, real cute, and she did the videos about the Twilight, like the new Stephanie Meyer's book coming out, and she's like, I love that video. But anyway, and Jesse, the Reader, like I've watched his videos for years. There's so many people that have inspired me to do it, but it's really like the new people that are starting their channels kind of at the same time that I am, that I'm so excited about, because I'm like, oh, well maybe we can like start chatting together and like meet, and like we'll be like the new wave of booktubers that like talk and know each other. And so I'm kind of excited about that. The other thing is, watching booktube videos has inspired me to read so many books that have changed my life profoundly, because books do change my life profoundly, that I want to pass on to other people books that have changed my life so that they can also experience those books as well. Because I think I read a lot of books that maybe people haven't heard of sometimes. And the next question is, why do you love reading? Reading for me is an escape. I have an amazing life. I love my life. I just think that for me, it's a good way to like get out of myself and like go off somewhere else. And it's been like that ever since I was a little kid. I can remember like, I think this is actually a question next. So I will save that for the next question, which is, what book or series got you into reading? I was just actually talking about this in my last video, which is the same video as this, but I had to re-record it because it was too long. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Anyway. So when I was a little kid, my mom took me to the library and she used to say, you can check out as many books as you want. And I would be like, a stack this high. She'd be like, Peter, you're not gonna read all those books. I was like, watch it. So I would get home and I would like frantically read these books, right? And I can remember doing like book challenges at the library when I was a little kid in the summer. Like if you read all these books, you get a candy bar or something, I don't know. Or McDonald's coupons. And I would read all of these books and I was obsessed. And I read a book, or in 4th grade, I had a teacher that read us the book, Help I'm a Prisoner in the Library by F. Clifford. Okay, this book is incredible. It's about these two little girls whose mom is pregnant during this blizzard and she's gonna have this baby and their dad's driving them to their grandmother's house and he goes to get gas because the car runs out of gas, and so they end up walking up this house, which is like this old Victorian house in Indianapolis. I live in Indianapolis, so I totally related. And they end up getting stuck in this library overnight, and it's real dark and kind of mysterious. And I fell in love. I mean, I still remember these girls, Mary Rose and Jo Beth, to this day. I had 2 clownfish that I named Mary Rose and Jo Beth just 10 years ago, okay? I ended up reading every book by F. Clifford, and I think that's when I started, like, if I fell in love with a book, I would read all of those books. So that was how it got for me. I also read by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor at the same time, Witch's Sister, Witch's Water, and The Witch Herself. Love those books. And all of the John Bellairs books, which he was way before his time. If you like fantasy and science fiction and all that kind of stuff, go read John Bellairs books. Okay, number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Number 1, and I know this is kind of a sketch question, but I think I would ask booktubers if they find themselves having a hard time giving honest reviews when they're doing sponsored videos. I watch all of these videos by booktubers who do sponsored videos, and I always wonder, like, do you have a hard time really giving an honest view? Do you have to give a positive review, or do they write you a check for 12 grand and then you say, I fucking hated this book? Oh, excuse me. I cussed. Excuse my language. That happens from time to time. Anyway, I think that would be the first question I would ask. Just because I think that would be hard. Like, most of the books I read, I can say something positive about, but there are actually some books that I'm like, I don't get this at all. Like, I read We Were Liars, and it was so supported by booktubers and John Green and all these people. I felt cheated by that book. I felt like I didn't get most of it, and I thought, this is like the book of the year. I was like, I don't know. And I bought that seriously just because so many people recommended it to me. So I kind of sometimes wonder about that. The other question I would ask booktubers is, what are 3 books that you would give a stranger and tell them that they had to read? It's a question I ask a lot in interviews, and I always wonder because, like, to your friends, you kind of know what they would read, but to a total stranger on the street and you were going to give them any 3 books to read, like, that means these are 3 books that really profoundly affected you and changed you. And what would those books be? And I'm asking you, what would those 3 books be for you? Leave them in my comment section below, because I want to read some books that have profoundly affected people. And that can be in a fun way or a life-changing way, or I don't care, but I just want to know. Okay, so then number 7, what challenges do you think starting a YouTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think number 1, being older for me, because I feel, I constantly worry about what people think about me. I have a lot of social anxiety, which I know people find hard to believe, but I do. And so, like, I just don't want, like, people to not like me. I mean, I think we all kind of relate to that a little bit. I know when people say, like, I don't care what people think about me. I care what people think about me. I really do. So I think, like, wanting people to like me a little bit, but also at the same time, like, it's really important for me to be honest and genuine. Like, what you see right now is totally, like, what you get. Like, if you met any of my friends, they'd be like, yeah, that's totally Peter. Like, he's no different than that in person. And so it's like being myself and then having people like that. I was really worried about being older and starting this, and I just don't know that I care right now, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I actually ran across quite a few older booktubers, so we'll see. Number 8, when did you start reading? About 4 to 6. I don't really know. I remember my mom always reading to me in bed before I went to bed at night. And I love that. I don't read in bed anymore because it just keeps me up instead of putting me to sleep. Because if I'm reading a book that's putting me to sleep, I just really don't finish it anymore. I used to start a book, and if I started it, I had to finish it. I don't feel like that anymore. If I start a book and I'm 100 pages in or 50 pages in and I don't like it, I don't finish it. So yeah, started about age 6 to 8 maybe is when I started reading fanatically. And then the final question, what kind of books do you like to read? I love to read, let's see. I love to read young adult, which is probably known, and that's because I didn't read a lot of that when I was younger. I also like to read what I call, like, this very creative mystery thriller, like The Girl on the Train or The Girl in the Red Coat. I love those books. So anything like that, I love to read that's a very creative idea or kind of like mysterious or sick, kind of twisted people. I love to read memoirs, but it has to be about specific people. Like I have Willie Nelson's that my dad gave me, and I've heard that Willie Nelson's autobiography is incredible, so I'm going to read that. And then I love to read LGBT young adult books. I do not care for LGBT adult fiction. It tends to be very male-on-male erotica, which is totally not my thing. So, and I have no issues with that. It's just like, I like to read more like stories that I would have liked to have read when I was 18 and came out. And that's really what my book was that I wrote. So I really relate, like I love David Levithan, Brent Hardiger, in the Geography Club series. Benjamin Ilir Sayens. I read everything by him except for his 2 books that I just put in my book haul. I am really open to reading anything. My channel, I'm going to start reading some fantasy and science fiction because I don't know a lot about that, and I'm really excited about reading those books. So I hope you follow along with me on my journey. I'm going to try to post videos every day, every other day for me because I just like to do it. It's fun. And yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. All my stuff is out there everywhere. You can follow me under Peter Likes Books or Peter Mon. Whatever you want to do, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. We're everywhere. I'm super excited about finding new books, finding new booktubers, and I am going to follow you as well. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye.